guys, welcome back to the Siren XO podcast today, where the stories get real and they're not sugar-coated. And today's episode is for the ones who have had to start over. Not out of a trend, but survival. And today we're sitting down with a woman who didn't just rebuild her life, she put her story into existence, into a fabulous book called Perception. And I'll give her the opportunity to tell you where to get that from towards the end here. But we're talking about the one and only Miranda, aka Mama Bear, the powerhouse behind Divinely Inked tattoo shop here in Panama City. She's more than just an artist. She's a protector, a creative, and she's living proof that you can take pain and turn it into purpose.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. So, if you guys have ever felt like you had nothing and you needed to start over, this episode is going to hit you a little differently. Trigger warnings. There might be some questions that might trigger some things. All right, Mama Bear, let's go ahead and introduce yourself officially. What your shop is, what you do, all of your fun little roles.
Okay. Mama Bear, aka Miranda, but always go by Mama Bear. Just been that way for the past 10 years. Kind of became part of my identity, pretty much what I've been my whole life, and so I really let the name stick. Obviously, I own Divinely Inked. I opened it to really help some people out that were going through it and needed a place to call home. I was previously, or am still actually, an owner of another local tattoo shop, currently going through a divorce. I owned it for 10 years, and that was abruptly taken from me. So I wanted to reach out and do something on my own, and also give a place for people that didn't have anywhere to go. So that's really what this is about. Been a body piercer for 10 years, and I have been now tattooing for 1 year. I did basically the longest apprenticeship known to man at my last shop of 9 years, never really being able to tattoo, so I'm finally able to do that, and I am excited for the future.
9 years, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Always an excuse why I couldn't get on skin, so control. Control.
We all know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I did warn Miranda I was going to ask about book first, so we're going to get right into that. So in your book, you mentioned that you used to be a real estate agent, correct?
I still am, actually.
You still are active and
licensed. I'm actually, it is active right now, but I am not participating.
Okay, yeah. So how did you go from that to piercing, tattooing, and running a whole shop?
Well, basically came here from California 10 years ago with nothing. A car, a kid, and a dog, you know, and a dream of something that was supposed to happen that didn't. So ended up getting lucky, meeting a stranger who loaned us some money to open the tattoo shop. Did that for a few years, kind of realized that I wasn't going anywhere. Obviously, you know, the apprenticeship wasn't allowing me to tattoo. So I kind of always wanted to do real estate. I had a thing for houses. I would find houses for my friends all the time. And so I'm like, why not do this? Why not make some money doing this? Because I love doing it. I was really good at it. So after about 4 years, I decided to go get my real estate license and do that as on the side. You know, the shop was running well, and I wanted to be able to step out and do something else, something for me. And that's kind of where real estate started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was actually almost about to be a real estate agent, then I let the time lapse pass to take the state test because I got scared about it.
Oh.
So I didn't end up doing it.
It's rough, I'm not going to lie. It took me 6 times to pass it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
get 99 chances.
better.
You get 99 chances.
Gosh. Yeah,
Not a tester.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm like, I can know everything, but you put me in front of a test, it's like,
Yeah, they're really tricky. They don't really ask the right questions, or the questions are tricky in my opinion. I prefer blunt or straightforward, and they don't do that. They kind of trick you. So
I heard
the
they
second guessing.
reword the same question
They
multiple
do.
times.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like it's a guessing game, which isn't fair. It's not. And that test that you take is nothing that you do in real life. It has nothing to do with what you do as a real estate agent at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can we do better, please?
Yes, please. Like, start training, and that's why you have a lot of really crappy real estate agents, to be honest, because they're really good at the test, but then they have no idea in real life what you're supposed to do because it's not being taught.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it is with cosmetology too for me. Like, they taught us all the basics in school, but we don't learn anything until you're like out there in the real world.
That's how learning is, right? You learn better hands-on, and that's why I never went to college.
It scares the hell out of you, but you learn quickly, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
Just jump in and do it, man. You're either good at it or you're not, go for it or give up.
So, was owning and running a tattoo shop always the dream, or did it just kind of come about?
It wasn't actually. It was my ex's dream. He was a tattoo artist, and that was his thing. So I wanted to make sure that we could do that for him. And I have ran businesses before. That's kind of my background. And so that's what we did. Yeah, I had no clue. I always got tattoos. That was a thing. I used to travel a lot, and every time I traveled, tattoos would be my souvenirs. My first boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, ever was a tattoo artist. So it's been with me for my whole life. Yeah. So I kind of feel like this industry, I was going to be in it no matter what. That was kind of where the universe was directing me.
Yeah, I'm attracted to the bad boys, and I'm always with them every time.
Yep. Yeah, it's rough.
I finally
can fix him.
Exactly.
No.
No. Cannot. Mm-mm. Nope.
Don't even try.
Nope. I was with an addict for 7 years, and I tried to fix that boy. Was not.
Yeah. No, they break you.
I
in
learned the hard
process.
way that you can't help people who don't want the help.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, especially when they have so much potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I really learned through life is I believe now that I was interrupting their karma.
Okay.
And I think that's why I was punished, if that makes any sense. I think I held on too tight and ended up being punishment because I was never meant to step in and interrupt their karma. And that's what I was doing. It was just basically.
That's a good way to think about that. I've never thought about that.
It's really what we're doing, because if they are that way, then they do deserve karma, because that's the way people learn. Most people are supposed to learn. That's what karma is all about, right? Is, oh my gosh, I probably should change my way of thinking and my way of doing things. If you have somebody constantly protecting you or hyping you up, making you feel like what you're doing isn't wrong, you're just prolonging the inevitable. And because if you think about it, if you look back, I know I look back at these people that I tried to save, and their karma came. After I left, their karma came. And so I was like, oh, whoops, I just prolonged that for a little bit. You're welcome.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that until now, because that happened with my ex. I tried to help him and protect him all through his prison sentences, and then I left. I ran away, escaped, hid for a good while, put himself back in prison, and now he's out.
Yeah, no, he'll put himself back. I mean, that's just going to be a vicious cycle for people like that. They don't learn. I call them the devil in disguise, because we see them in human form, but I honestly, I don't believe that they are. I really don't. I think that they are tests. I think that it's tricks, and I think that,
It's deception.
There is a lot of deception, and without it, though, we don't get wiser. We don't learn lessons.